This is the beginning of a long section on the nervous system. Chapter 11 is the first chapter, and we have 5 chapters on the nervous system. This intro to the nervous system is basically understanding that first picture in section 11.1. The nervous system has 3 major divisions. Most people are aware of the 2 divisions, the central nervous system, or CNS. That's the brain or spinal cord, brain and spinal cord. And this system is responsible for transporting information, but also for integrating and coordinating the sensory and motor information. The peripheral nervous system is all of the nervous tissue outside the CNS. For example, coming out of your spinal cord are spinal nerves, 31 pairs of spinal nerves. They are part of the PNS, and they will be carrying sensory information in and motor commands out. The third part, the ENS, is covered in the digestive tract, but this is neural tissues in the walls of the GI tract to help control digestion. The PNS, or peripheral nervous system, has 2 major divisions, sensory and motor. The sensory, or afferent, with an A, brings information in from the outside world, and all of this information has to be collected by sensory receptors, and these receptors include receptors for cold, hot, pain, light pressure, deep pressure, and so on. And also sensory information above the head is considered special sensory information. Above the neck, these include smell, taste, sight, balance, and hearing. The second division of the peripheral nervous system is the motor or efferent division that carries motor commands from the central nervous system to the effectors. The effectors are those organs that carry out the nervous system commands. The motor division is subdivided into the somatic or voluntary nervous system, and this is the control of our skeletal muscles. The other division is the autonomic or automatic. This is involuntary, and it regulates smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, glands, and adipose tissue. There are general functions of the nervous system, and it begins with our sensory receptors that detect changes in our environment, whether it's the external environment or internal environment. This information comes into the central nervous system by the sensory division of the peripheral nervous system. In the central nervous system, there will be processing of that information, and then motor commands are then sent out along the motor division or efferent division of the peripheral nervous system, and these motor commands are going to go to effectors that will respond to the commands. These effectors are glands, muscles, and adipose tissue. So this picture is actually the entire section 11.1. The only part here that we haven't talked about is in the autonomic nervous system, there is the 2 subdivisions, the sympathetic division, which is the fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic division, which is a returning to normal, and that will be covered in chapter 14. So in this section, you need to be able to compare and contrast the central and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is the brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system is all the nervous tissue outside that brain and spinal cord. Which division of the peripheral nervous system brings information to the central nervous system? That would be the sensory or afferent division. And name the effectors of the autonomic nervous system. That would be the automatic responders, and that would be smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, glands, and adipose tissue.